electrostatics. Okay, it's a branch of science which deals with the study of electric charges and charge systems at rest. And then we will use the symbol letter Q. It can be capital Q or small letter Q to represent the magnitude or quantity of the charge. The quantity of the charge of electricity about a body possesses is the amount by which the negative particles in a body exceed or less than the positive particles in it. So for example, in this equation I mentioned to you how a neutral body can be charged. Let's say a body gains electrons, so you just get the number of electrons gained, for example, gained by body B, and then just multiply it by the charge of an electron, which is negative 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb, which will make the body negatively charged. And then the body that loses electrons just get the number of protons or number of electrons transferred, because that will be the unbalanced number of protons also that the body possesses. So number of protons exceeding in number in a body, and then multiply it by the charge of a proton, so that makes it positive. 1.6 times 10 raised to negative 19 coulomb. In the equation, Q will give you the total amount of charge. In MPS, the unit for a charge can be in coulomb. We can represent it by letter C, capital C. And then in CGS, it can be stat coulomb or stat C. It can be also electrostatic unit or ESU. This can be the conversion, but just to make you aware that 1 coulomb is equal to 3 times 10 raised to 9 stat coulomb. But that's not necessary in solving problem. Once you're given charges in coulomb, give that to be in coulomb. But if you are given charges in microcoulomb or millicoulomb, it should be converted to coulomb. This is the conversion factor for microcoulomb, and then this is for millicoulomb. Meaning your solution must be shown in MKS. And then the distance must be, of course, in meters. So this is the explanation. What will happen to the body if protons will be exceeding in number, then if electrons will be the one greater in a body. And then the body is said to be neutral or uncharged if number of protons will just be equal to the number of electrons in it. So we call it neutral or uncharged body. Like charges repel and unlike charges attract each other. Does it sound familiar to you? Similar to the law of magnetism. So for example, you have two positive charges. Both will experience repulsion. And then the same thing will happen if both will be negative, it's also repulsion. But if one is positive, the other one is negative, of course that will be attraction. Now for example, you have two bodies which is a positively charged, and then the other one is also positive. We can represent this as Q1, this is Q2. If you will be asked, what is the force experienced by charge 1 due to the presence of charge 2? Let's say you consider the distance between them as R. Your answer should be, if this is the charge in question, the answer must be a repulsive force to the left. And that can be represented by F2 to 1, meaning that is force exerted by charge 2 to charge 1. And in the same manner, if you will be asked, what is the force experienced by charge 2 due to the presence of charge 1? It's also a repulsive force. But the subscript must be F1 to 2, meaning that is the force exerted by charge 1 to charge 2. These are two electric charges, but inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. So in symbol, we can say that the force of repulsion, in this case it's repulsion, it's proportional to the product of the magnitude of their charges, so Q1 times Q2, but inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Using K as proportionality constant, so the equation would be F to be equal to K, Q1, Q2 over R squared. Now in this case, F2 to 1 is just equal to the negative of F1 to 2. Action-reaction principle, that's Newton's third law of motion. They are equal in magnitude but oppositely directed. How would you compute for the magnitude? Then you have to use this equation. If you will express your solution in MKS, then of course the charges must be in coulomb, and then the distance must be in meter. The value of K, which is the electrostatic constant, K, is equal to 1 over 4 pi E. That is constant. We will get the value of K to be approximately 1 over 4 pi 8.85 times 10 raised to negative 12. You simplify this for me? It's 8.99 times 10 raised to 9. Unit will be Newton meter squared per coulomb squared. Now, if you are taking this subject for the second time, you might wonder, because in your previous course last term, you are using K as 9 times 10 raised to 9. But to be safe, to make sure that you will be able to get the exact answer in your online activity, you just consider that K is 1 over 4 pi E as 8.85 times 10 raised to negative 12 to be able to get the exact value for your answer. Because that 9 times 10 raised to 9, that's the constant used by the other books, like University Physics, right? It's using 9 times 10 raised to 9. So this is the value in MKS. What about in CGS? In our book, it's not using CGS. Just to make you aware, what's the value of K in CGS? It is 1. 1 9 cm squared per stat coulomb squared. So K is 1 9 cm squared per stat coulomb squared. That is the CGS value. Okay. 10 microcoulomb charge P, 220 microcoulomb, and charge T3 is 30 microcoulomb. They are arranged in a straight line with the given distances. So this can be charge A, which is positive charge, and then charge B, negative charge, and then the third one, charge C, which is also positive. So distances, this is 15 cm, this is 10 cm. First question, we need to solve for the net force or resultant force exerted by the two charges on charge A. So F net on QA. That means charge A is the what question. So you have to resolve the forces here. This will be the receiving force exerted by charge B and charge C. So due to charge B, is it attraction or repulsion? Charge B, it's attraction. You can represent the force as F B to A. What about due to charge C? It is repulsion. The symbol is F C to A. And recall your physics 1. How do you find the resultant dealing with forces? It's a vector quantity. So the net force can be obtained as summation of forces along X. We usually consider going to the right as positive, left to the negative. So this can be equal to FBA minus FCA. What is the equation for the force? So we have to see on the subscript. K. And then that represents charge P to be multiplied by charge A. And then the distance R between B going to A, that should be squared. And then minus K, then copy the subscript representing charge C multiplied by charge A to be divided by the distance from C going to A, that should be also squared. From the equation, K is the same or common in the two terms. Same with charge A, so you can factor it out. Therefore, it can be K multiplied by QA, quantity charge B, divided by the distance B to A squared, and then minus charge C divided by the distance from C to A squared. And what is K again? We have to express our solution in MKS. So understood that this should be converted to meter. Just to remind you that this is equal to 0.15 meter. This should be equal to 0.1 meter. And what is the value of K? You have to use 1 over 4 pi E to be exact. So it is 1 over 4 pi 8.85 times 10 raised to negative 12. That's the value of E. And to be multiplied by the magnitude of charge A, 10 times 10 raised to negative 6, and then quantity, charge B, which should be 20 times 10 raised to negative 6, and then the distance from B going to A, that is 0.15, don't forget it should be squared, and then minus charge C, a magnitude of 30 times 10 raised to negative 6, and the distance is C to A. C to A, that's a total of 0.25 squared. So just simplify this, that will give us the net force. If it will turn out to be positive, of course that's in Newton. If it's positive, meaning the net force is directed to the right. If it's negative, it's the other way. So will you give me your answer? It should be, is it positive? What's the answer? 36.75. Positive, so going to the right. That's the final answer. Is that exponential form or just 36.75? 36.75. Okay, what about in the second question, letter B? What is the net force on charge P? So this time, this is not the charge in question. Okay, just an exercise. If charge B is the one in question, which is the negative charge, QB, try to analyze what's the effect of positive charge A to charge B as well as charge C, which is also positive. Considering charge A, what's the effect of charge B? Attraction, and the symbol is F, A to B. What about due to charge C? It's also attraction. So force C to B. And what's the net force? So you will just follow the same pattern. Will you do it for me on your seat?